Sourced and bottled in majestic mountains, liquid death mountain water will murder your thirst.
Now I'll pour in some liquid death.
What's going on, everyone?
We dressed up. We wore our Christmas best.
True, we did.
I'm trying to figure out how that emote is a shush. It's really hard to see. But apparently it's a shush. It's fucking sweater. He's so in love with that sweater. And it's a good sweater. But it has eclipsed my outfit in past times. So I'm very spiteful. And I tried to wear it. It's way too big on me. And it's just very not flattering because I'm a very tiny human.
Yeah, this sweater gets me so much attention. I love it.
We used to be friends with this chick that was on a Netflix show. And she gave it to Justin. It was only available to folks that worked at Netflix.
We're still friends.
Mm-hmm. She got famous. Anyways. Good morning to us. Good evening to probably many folks that are in Europe right now. And of course we do actually have Liquid Death with us. Yeah, Justin wears it if it's an ugly sweater party, a great sweater party, anything. He says it's his Christmas sweater, and I'm like, it is not Christmas themed at all. It's like trying to have the Die Hard argument, and but it becomes his Christmas outfit.
Well, if anybody's seen the show, you'll appreciate that this is so cheap that I can't wash it, and it has had whiskey spilled on it at least once a year.
Yeah, it might not be uncomfortable, but or ugly, but it's really scratchy. Like, I think if you were to wear this without a shirt underneath, I would die. I would just be like, ooh. It is cheap, though.
There we go.
We got a dog butt and some of a cat. Okay. We have a whole cat now. A pile of sweatshirts next to the cat. There goes Effie. At the moment Effie knows that the camera is on him,
he feels threatened.
He is gone, so there's that. We'll wait for him to come back when he, isn't suspicious of the camera. Oh, really? A Scottish kilt cannot be washed, huh? Interesting. Yeah, we would have to put this in the sink or something and hand wash it.
It's okay, though. I wear it, once a year. Usually to, an office holiday party.
Of which there were none. Oh, you did wear it to your virtual one this year.
Yeah. So this is officially the Secret Cal level Doomtrooper holiday party. So
welcome!
So welcome, everyone. All 5 of you. Can't find a good spot for the cats. Or the lack thereof.
Yeah, pretty much. Ooh, I don't know.
No.
We don't do that.
I have a lot of, nasal congestion. Which is exciting during the age of coronavirus.
It would appear that Justin has gotten sick. And I don't know how. We literally, don't leave this house, really. But we've had very limited reactions. Who's getting drunk and photocopying their ass? That's not a Volvo. So I don't know how he got sick, and I don't know why I'm not sick. But he was so sick last weekend.
Oh, that's
sick-
not.
You were exhausted. You're just
Yeah, but that wasn't so sick. Implies like laying in bed, can't get up.
okay. I guess you're right. You weren't like that
No, I just basically.
out of it.
I don't
Basically,
feel.
your energy would cap out by like 6 p.m.
Yeah, I lose my energy by about 6 p.m. and I feel weird from here to here. But
Like a head cold.
I feel fine from here to here. So, and I track like all my statistics. So I don't have a fever. My skin temperature is within range. My blood oxygen is within range. Like, everything, my heart rate variability, like everything is within my normal range, except like head congestion and pressure.
I just
So
think it's like a head cold or sinus.
yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's not coronavirus because coronavirus usually comes with, they say, a fever, a cough, and the lack of smell. And I still smell. I don't cough unless I'm like clearing my throat or have a tickle, of course. Which every time I'm like, oh god, is it starting? And I don't have a fever. So
No COVID toes or fingers, none of that. And I'm fine. I didn't.
and I'm fine all day. Like a little congested when I wake up,
Was it
and then I'm
Tuesday of Wait, was it this week? There was a week where you tried to stream, a day where you tried to stream and you like just couldn't do it.
I think it was Tuesday.
The past Tuesday that just
Yeah.
happened. Yeah. You made it like a half hour and you were just like, I can't do this.
Well, to be fair, there were only like one person here, and it was you. But yeah, I just did not have the energy or the mental capacity to like talk to the void.
Talk to the void and entertain the void. Yeah. I don't know. But maybe today we can finish putting the kitchen stuff up. Maybe? No?
Maybe. So
I was just gonna say, speaking of COVID, we have 0% capacity in the ICUs here in Los Angeles County, and it's weird because we were doing really good, but we've rapidly moved up to we are about to be the epicenter of COVID in the United States here in Los Angeles, which is so great. I don't know how that happened. Very rapidly, actually, because we were doing really well for a county as with the sheer amount of people in it. 10 million people reside in the county we live in. That's like the population of Sweden. That's double the population of Finland. So we're staying inside.
So Michael says lack of sleep can mess you up and give you false signs you're getting sick. Yeah, I'm getting tons of sleep though. Like I've been tracking everything with a Fitbit, and it's like the high-end one, so it has, like I said, skin temperature, anxiety, ECG, like everything. And my sleep is the main thing I like to track, and I got Julie tracking hers. And I'm getting over 8 hours of sleep, like, every day. So it's not a lack of sleep. But
Yeah, this one falls asleep in 2 minutes. It's insane.
So on a fun note, fun note and a slight unfortunately, Amazon delayed one of my packages, but we were supposed to have a new webcam today. So, as part of my I have to keep my brain stimulated different ways, you know, like I can work on one project in the day and one project at night, but I also need other things. Maybe that's why I'm tired. So I have successfully solved a Rubik's Cube by memory multiple times. I've memorized the basic algorithm. And my next challenge is to understand basic photography.
I've never met a person that needs to be producing and learning like at all times, like this one.
So understand basic photography. I guess there are 3 tenets. It's ISO, shutter speed, and aperture.
What is ISO?
The amount of light, brightness in your photo. I'm still learning.
Okay.
But the fun thing is like so many other streamers, we can use that nice camera as a streaming camera. So I got what's called a cam link, which is an HDMI in to USB. So you do HDMI out from the camera to this thing, and then this thing is USB to your computer, and it shows up as a webcam. So we will, I guess next week, have a really cool, like crisp.
Next week will be our last stream of 2020.
But it'll have the goal is to have Julie and I in focus and the background behind us blurred, which you've probably seen on lots of other streamers.
That way we can have more shit on the floor or behind us.
Something like that. Yeah. Heard that ambulances were in line for 2 hours before they should drop off the cases. I've heard that as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're also sending people home who aren't like dying, and sometimes they get sent home and then they die. So that's a little scary.
Very scary.
Oh, we got a photography person. ISO used to be a term for how quickly film reacts to light. Since cameras became digital, the term stuck, but applies to light sensitivity, trading off exposure for noise.
Hold on, there's a lot to cover. Scottish Prime Minister, enjoy the Christmas bubble, and then from Boxing Day, total lockdown in all of Scotland. From Boxing Day to when? Just, damn. Because, yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? People are gonna gather on Christmas, and then you're gonna be, like, fucked. Who the hell are we? I'm Julie. This is Justin. We're married. And we have a game studio. It's called Secret Cow Level. And our main product for the moment is Doomtrooper, a collectible card game. That's who we are.
I've also released 2 short horror games, and I hope to release more in 2021. Maybe even like a full-size horror game.
Ooh, so review every 2 weeks. That makes sense. Well, hopefully you guys in Scotland don't pile out and
Like LA?
and stay home, or stay in relatively small bubbles, and you don't have to be on lockdown for more than 2 weeks. You can't read that. I can't even. What was it?
97.9.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, Death Priest. So that's what I learned about ISO is ideally you want ISO to be as low as possible, but so you don't get noise and artifacts in the camera, and you can compensate with the other 2 settings and actual light, but sometimes it's unavoidable, so you have to crank it up so you can get a good picture.
I don't know what a wee dram is. I know it's a little something. I don't know what that is. Sometimes our English doesn't match up.
I also had some nice deliveries this week. If anybody has an Oculus Quest, I got this Chinese virus. No, wait. Just kidding.
We like Bitcoin. We have Bitcoin. We are excited.
This Chinese Halo strap. So it's
risky.
like the PlayStation VR. So it brings the pressure off of your the front of your face, and it keeps the pressure on your forehead, so this part doesn't weigh you down. It's cheap, and I kind of like it. So if anybody has an Oculus Quest and is interested, hit me up, because China did good with this. Well, China did well.
They did good with that. Okay, yeah. Whiskey. So does dram only mean whiskey, or does it just mean like a little bit of alcohol?
What do you kids think of Bitcoin? So I actually have my ledger on my desk. Death Priest.
Death Priest.
And I have a bunch of cold storage some cold storage Bitcoin in my safe spot. Something like
Oh, babe.
Something like, I have like 1.3 Bitcoin that I will keep forever.
Is our safety deposit box.
So it'll either go to 0 or I'll retire off of it. And then on here, I just have various cryptocurrencies that I buy. But I have
Litecoin, Ripple.
I have bought Bitcoin every 2 weeks for like 4 years.
In the beginning, he was mining Bitcoin. That sucked. I was not happy about that at all. There was all of these miners in here in this room, and it was warm in here, and the electric bill went through the roof.
And then I paid for a very expensive wedding that seemed to get more and more expensive, partially through cryptocurrency.
So bitter.
So it worked out.
So bitter.
It worked out.
Uh-huh. The wedding was lovely, Justin.
So say hi to Bomba Cat. So my advice to anyone who either is in Bitcoin, was in Bitcoin, or wants to be in Bitcoin is do the exact same thing that I did today as I did 5 years ago, is go on Coinbase, create an account, set up an auto buy, and whatever you can afford. For me, every 2 weeks I do $50, and I've done that for 4 years. If that's too much for you, do $20, do $10, whatever it is. Just turn it on, close the browser, and forget about it. And as Bitcoin goes up, you'll buy $10, $20 every 2 weeks. As it plummets, you'll buy $10, $20 every 2 weeks. And like the stock market, they say if you buy stock and then it plummets and then you sell, you just took a loss. But over a long enough time period, if you diversify your investments, you will make about 9% a year in the stock market on average. Cryptocurrency, I mean, you'll make like 2,000% a year on average. You just have to leave it in long enough. But don't try to day trade it. Don't try to be fancy. Don't try to buy a bunch of coins you don't understand. Start with Bitcoin. And then as you understand other coins, maybe Ethereum or Ripple or Litecoin, you can invest in those as well. Coinbase is the big American one. If you're not in the US, look up Binance. I hear Binance is the way to go outside of the US.
Nice.
But yeah, Bitcoin has been a big part of my life, and I will be implementing crypto blockchain stuff. Well, crypto purchases and blockchain storage into my game engine. Whether or not it makes it into Doomtrooper or a future game, I'm very interested in my general tools being blockchain based.
So people can buy stuff with their
People
coins.
always ask about trading, and will Doomtrooper have trading? The answer is yes, in theory, as long as the game continues to be supported, so I can invest time and effort into it, and B, that we get the blockchain stuff implemented. Because with the blockchain, you would be able to say, I own this card, and there are only 10 of them in the world. So it doesn't matter if you create a new account, there's still only going to be 10 of those. A brief reason why trading is bad is not considering trading. We have to give players stuff. Otherwise, we're greedy and we're assholes and we're the bad guy, right? So when you log in right now, you get 5 free packs. And then when you do the tutorial, you get a free starter deck. Then you get another starter deck eventually. And you'll keep getting more starter decks, more free packs.
It's minor.
Daily quests, weekly quests, all that stuff. We give you stuff because we want you to be able to play for free and like the game so much that you choose to give us money, right? That makes sense to everybody. However, what if you just made 100 Gmail accounts, and then you made 100 Doomtrooper accounts. Then every day you logged in and you quickly did the daily quest as fast as possible on 100 accounts. You would accrue a fair number of free cards, free packs. Even, let's say you don't even do anything. You just create the accounts and you get those 5 free packs. Then you trade all of those cards to your one main account on all 100 of your fake accounts. So now you have 500 cards worth of cards on one account. Now, you trash them all for crafting materials. And you just get a whole bunch of crafting materials, and then you just craft the complete ultra rare set. Now, you have not bought anything. You have not played anything. You just registered 100 accounts and took the time to trash and transfer all the crafting materials to one account. So you have gamed the system, and you have gotten a complete set. So then you post that on Reddit, and then every player follows your lead, and they do the exact same thing, and no one ever spends any money on Doomtrooper, and the game fails.
Do you want me to not have like electricity?
So on the flip side, the current plan is that we continue what we're doing right now. You get your 5 free packs, you get your starter decks, you earn stuff for free. It's great. Then a few times a year, probably 4, could be as many as once a month, we release from a predefined set special packs for sale that are do you know how the classic Magic cards had black borders if they were limited? Doomtrooper cards had a red border if they were limited. So these cards would have a special border, but they'd be exactly the same, and they would be backed by the blockchain. When what that means is the cards that you get for free in your packs and you earn and all that stuff, you can destroy them, you can craft them, you can play with them as normal. But they're just ephemeral digital asset. They don't matter, they don't have worth. But if you purchase a blockchain pack, which we would call a limited edition pack, then that cannot be destroyed and it cannot be crafted. But it can be traded, it can be sent, you can sell it on eBay if you want. It doesn't matter, because that we would print a limited number of the blockchain backed cards, and we would release most of them over the course of the year. And then occasionally we would give away, like as a reward, our number 1 player gets a blockchain card. And those cards could have legitimate value. So that's the medium length answer to why we don't have trading and how we will implement it. Is unlimited cards can be crafted but not traded. The limited cards can be traded and not crafted. And in your game, they function the same way, but you would see them side by side with a different border. So I'm super excited about that. Whether or not it makes it into Doomtrooper or, you know, my next game, I think that the blockchain is the way to go. And if I had my way, if I had gotten the Kickstarter or the funding or whatever, or the amount of money that I had wanted, we would have done blockchain from day one. So we probably would not have had crafting, and we would only have trading, and it would be a different economy. But it is what it is, and we're doing what we can to make Doomtrooper as good as it can be.
What's Dogecoin?
Somebody say Dogecoin? Oh, is Dogecoin the best crypto? Dogecoin is a meme coin.
Of Doge?
Of Doge. And it pretty much only goes up in value when Elon Musk makes a joke about it. I mean, it kind of follows Bitcoin, like everything follows like the curve, but
Yeah.
I have never invested in Dogecoin. It's funny, I get it, but like
It's funny to say it is dumb.
but at its core, cryptocurrency needs to have value as a stored asset, which Dogecoin could have. But by itself, that means nothing. And it needs to have value as a network. So for Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ripple, that value is transactions. It's sending money from point A to point B. And they each have a reason why they are the best way to send and receive money. So Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, maybe Ripple, they could say, we are going to replace Venmo. We're going to replace PayPal. That's what we do. And then, Flare Networks with the Spark coin, and then Ethereum with the ERC20 tokens, and maybe Tezos. Their value is applications. So it's not necessarily I'm going to send you money via Ethereum. It's I'm going to use Ethereum to back the storage and the ownership of my Doomtrooper cards. So they have an application level value, which is why the coins have value. Another example would be, hypothetically, Biden could announce we are moving our voting system for the 2024 election to the Tezos blockchain. And the reason we're doing that is because of the crypto security of the network and the validation. And we can guarantee that no one can tamper because the inputs are validated. And once it's on the blockchain, it's validated by the network. That has value. Something like that, voting, escrow, stuff like that. So Dogecoin is value to me is in its humor. And that's fun and all, but I don't typically support a cryptocurrency myself, and I don't recommend anyone else does until you feel that it has a real value to the planet Earth plus the moon and Mars, you know, that we are annexing. So my personal investments are Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ripple, Tezos. That might be it.
I thought you broke for a second.
Oh, no, I just couldn't. I feel like I'm forgetting a coin.
So maybe at some point we'd be able to sell our cards.
The Steam Marketplace? Maybe. A better example would be you can sell it wherever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Like eBay or Discord or privately via email, just like you do now for Doomtrooper physical collector cards. I'm not a big fan of the Steam API. It's
I think we all know that.
Yeah, it's not very friendly.
He had a very hard time connecting Doomtrooper.
Yeah,
to
their web
Steam.
API leaves a lot to be desired, which I hope to solve a little bit with the Secret Cow level API that I'm going to release in 2021. I'm working on an idea where you will send your request to my API, which is well documented and has tons of errors. Wait, hang on.
Whoa!
Well documented and tons of well-written error messaging. So when something goes wrong, the error message tells you as a developer immediately what to fix it. Something Steam does not offer. Then I will proxy on your behalf to Steam, and you will have much less headache, and you'll give me like 1% or something small. I think there's a definite market for that because Steam's web API was a nightmare to implement. But yeah, the idea is that...
Why does our camera keep like redoing the light? I don't know the right word for that.
I don't know.
It's light. Now it's dark.
But the idea is with the blockchain, if your cards have value, then it's no different than. Oh, I lost my card.
Your Doomtrooper card?
Yeah.
The one that's been sitting here for a while? I don't know.
All right, it's gone.
It's gone forever. I'll look for it. You keep talking.
Yeah, so I was gonna pick up a card as like a prop, but the blockchain backed cards means that you would have value to the digital card the same way that a physical card has value. So if you wanted to give it to your friend, or maybe you quit playing Doomtrooper and you just send him all of your blockchain backed cards for free, that would be your ability to do that. And the reason that works is, to put it in like complete layman's terms, like
Forever.
a digital card game, it's like the US dollar problem, if you've heard that. It's like, oh, our economy's really bad, why don't we just print more money? Because the more money you print, it's not backed by anything, so it starts to lose value and cause inflation. So with a digital card game like Hearthstone, there's no limit to the number of Jiraxis cards they can print. Or, wow, I'm drawing a blank on all the names of Hearthstone cards. But they can just print millions of those, and it doesn't matter. And the card only has value in your deck because it's good and you can't trade it. But if all of a sudden you could trade those or give those cards away, since there's no limit, the value would just be nothing. Whereas a blockchain-backed card, we could say there are only 10 of these in the world. So if I have all 10 and I send them to the Buck, he now owns 100% of the Cardinal Dominics in the world. And he could hoard them if he wanted to, and that's valuable. Or he could sell them, or he could trade them. And that economy would not be up to me as a developer, it would be up to you as the players to go ahead and do your thing.
It would be out of your hands.
Yeah.
It would be bigger than you.
So like I bought the card I was trying to find, I bought Golgotha
I don't know
for
where it is.
$50. Arguably a fair value for Golgotha. It was a promo card that you could only get in a magazine in the 90s. So it is arguably the rarest Doomtrooper promo card. So $50, that is an appropriate value for that card, I would say. But some other cards, like say Joker from the Mortificator set, that card is no rarer than any other rare card from Mortificator, but for some reason it seems to be the card that lots of people are missing. There's probably a statistical analysis thing there. So that card might be worth $100. Even though technically it's less rare than Golgotha, it might have more value. But that value is defined by the Buck and Matt and me and anyone else in Discord or the Doomtrooper trading community, because we are the ones who know whether or not we can get our hands on that or not. And I would love to have that in the digital Doomtrooper, but it's just a bunch of work.
Just a bunch of work. No, it's gone for good. This might be a good sign that you need to clean up the office.
Yeah.
I'm not judging, but
Weird though. Maybe
because it was sitting right up here for weeks now. It's been just chilling right here. Yeah, maybe we'll clean up in here. It'll take like 10 minutes.
Oh, I know where it is.
You do? Oh, look at that.
There we go.
In Quest magazine.
This one's got some play marks on the back, so it's not like mint condition, but
It's not bent though.
it's my second Golgotha, so I just got it because it was rare. And if I'm gonna have something to trade, Golgotha is like one of the most in demand cards, so I figured I'd.
So did you got the Joker again? Or are you
Yes.
still missing it? Okay, so you have a complete collection?
Yeah, I am back to having arguably the best Doomtrooper collection in the world.
Oh.
English language.
I know, it's weird. Oh, good. That's not okay. That looks weird. I don't know. Are you sure there's people like there's an Instagram account hi Effie, and they have like every card in every language.
I said English language.
Okay. I know you did. I'm just saying I've seen accounts where they have like everything.
So there's some people out there that might have more what do you call misprints, you know, like one-off misprints that happen, and there are people out there that have more of the glossy Warzone, because I guess Warzone was printed twice, so there's two different versions of the glossy ones and the text is a little different. Like there are people who might have a better collection of the glossy Warzone from the two prints, Or they might have both Warzone sets separating the two, which blows my mind. I'm not even sure how to detect the two. But on the flip side,
Very subtle differences.
I have 3 promo cards that at this time are known to be one of a kind. That
That's rad.
they weren't supposed to exist, but they did, at least in a small handful of numbers, and the only known copies of those 3 are in my collection. So I feel like that offsets. Plus, I have 1 autographed Inquisition card from the past
That's pretty rad.
that I collected from another collector. So I have a complete U.S. English set, plus 1 autograph card, many Warzone variants, all of the promo cards, including 3 promos that are the only known copies in existence. So that's why I declare my collection to be the best English language.
All right.
Yes, I have Primal Bitch. I think I have 2 of each of the comic book ones.
That's really rad.
There were 9 English language promo cards, including Primal Bitch. There were
Is really the name of a card?
there were 3 comic book ones, plus Golgotha, plus Luna, Ragathol, Nikolai, Nephrite Warlord. I think there's 4 comic book ones. I'd have to grab my thing. And then I have 3 additional ones, which I can get right here.
Hey. How's it going? You don't have any that are in another language, do you?
Me?
Yeah.
Somebody want to check, I think.
Are you releasing the soundtracks?
It
It is now the Julie Show.
The idea is I'll release the soundtrack when I add 2 more songs that I'm gonna get, but they cost money, and I don't have any. So here's the best part of my collection. So this is a Dr. Diana that is autographed by Brian Winter in person. Nothing, it's not something that you can collect from a set, but it is one of my favorite cards. Then Stranglehold, Perfect Hit, and Michaelis the Apostate. But the important thing is to realize that they're English.
Okay.
There's, in all of the years that I've been involved in the Doomtrooper community, before the digital version and after and during, these are the only copies of these 3 cards that I've ever seen. And I had to fly to Europe to get them. So that's my claim to fame.
We got them in Denmark. It's cool. Spent like 1 day in Denmark.
So yeah, I would like to get the soundtrack out. It is only 8 songs right now, and I want to add 2 more, so it'd be a 10 track, and then I'd put it on Spotify. And if people really like it, I'd probably do a Kickstarter for like, I don't know, $1,000, like a small Kickstarter. And if it hits the goal, we'll press it on vinyl with like cool art and stuff.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah, I would love to do a limited run of the Doomtrooper soundtrack with like new cool art and the track list on the back and all that. I think it'd be rad.
Would be rad, actually. Because I want people to follow our Twitter.
What about my Twitter?
No. Just kidding. Get out of here.
Oh, that's our Twitter.
It's all of our shit. Look at that. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Why is, look, the Twitter link is messed up. Looks like there's a space.
You're right. I will have to investigate.
Yeah. Nice. I don't know that we have a lot of like Doomtrooper news. I feel like we're just a little quiet right now before the new year hits when we start up.
Yeah, there's a couple things. So we will be bringing back the Christmas Avatar. If you didn't get it last year,
When? Christmas is like upon us, Justin.
I would guess the week between Christmas and New Year. Let's see if this works. Hey, it worked the first time. That's rare.
Doomtrooper.
Ah, damn it. I mistyped.
Your own email address.
I got excited. What can I say? Plus, I'm sitting a little weird.
My knee is in your way. You were given a weekly quest. Okay. It's ours. There it is. Christmas Jesus.
Christmas Jesus.
What card is that from, or what patch of artwork is that from?
I will find it. But so Christmas Jesus was given away last year for Christmas. Figure we'll bring it back. Let's see.
May or may not actually be Jesus, you guys. I mean, it kind of looks like the
It's
statue
not
of
technically
Jesus that's in
Jesus.
Brazil. And obviously, we like photoshopped a hat on it. It's cute. Oh, okay. It is Jesus in Brazil. It's totally modeled after that statue.
Please hold.
Oh, what? We got a gray screen. There it is. There it is. Hi, Thorgal.
Yeah. So there's the source of the art. So. you
What's
got,
the doggy's name? I forgot.
Max, I believe.
Yeah, I think so too. That's what I thought. Max.
So there is the Christmas Avatar. Someone says there a connection between System Crash and Doomtrooper. Not to my knowledge.
What is System Crash?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with System Crash. There's also going to be, whoops, that's clicking on the wrong screen. We have a variation of this card back, the Halloween one, that's Christmas themed. That
Oh
is
my
going to come out for.
God, it's a story-driven cyberpunk collectible card game inspired by Blade Runner and Neuromancer. Fuck that. Doomtrooper's been around so much longer.
Okay, to correct what my wife meant to say was, that's really cool, and we will check it out and see. That sounds like something that I would like.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's like in the theme of, we have a cyberpunk collectible card game.
I don't know that I'd call it
Cyber.
But anyways, we're gonna have a Christmas-themed version of this card back that will come from the season rewards. So that's kind of fun. And only if we have any like really nerdy programmer people here, you'll appreciate this. But a week-long endeavor. That's a year-long task I've delayed to convert our transactional emails from MailChimp over to Amazon AWS. And I could not get Amazon to verify my domain name for sending, but I finally fixed that. So the next update that I'm pushing will have a new email provider that is the first rock of a mountain, well, most of the mountain actually, that will save me $100 a month. So that's very exciting for me.
This game is like a total rip.
All right, let's look at this.
What the hell?
Did they rip off our style?
Oh my God. Aw. Oh yeah. Metano.
There's some definite,
God.
but they came out in 2016, so.
No, I know, but like, you know, Doomtrooper existed before 2016. I know that like our version of it with the. How did we not know heard about this game?
I mean, it's 4 years and it only has 176.
But I can see why they asked. Like, the green on black. Oh.
Yeah, that's
Oh my God.
that's very interesting. I mean, I think it's the kind of thing where, like techno fantasy games, as I'd call Doomtrooper,
Yeah.
they kind of lend themselves to like a computery UI. And when you think computery UI and retro, you think green screen terminal, like the Matrix code or like an old console. So our entire UI is based on like a terminal system.
No, so I see. No, you're right. Like you said, yeah, but the design is the same, so I thought you were the developers of it. Shit. Yes, you're absolutely right. Oh my god, and my world has just been like... Thorgal says you can cut your hair now. I mean...
Why can I cut my hair? It's not... I haven't shipped it yet.
In 2021, probably that will happen. We still have to bleach it. Can we order some bleach so we can, like, get on this?
We have to get to 1.0 or
Man.
initial release that we promised from the Kickstarter before I can cut my hair. That was the rule.
I don't know if you guys can hear the cat in the background. He does this thing where he sits in the bathroom because it's his favorite room in the house and just acts really pitiful. Effie, come here, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Wait, oh god, I didn't say hyper.
I know, I was gonna...
Hyperborax, I'm guessing. Thank you for pointing that out. I'm gonna add that game to my wish list and check it out. But anyways, so the update going live tomorrow. I'm hoping that I get back starting tomorrow to the weekly updates. It will have the new email provider, so you will get new emails. Also, only developers for the time being, but you will get an email every time there's a successful login, like a new login from a new IP address. The reason being, as we move forward and you have money invested in your collection, you should be alerted if you're sleeping and somebody logs into your account. Lots of websites do that.
Oh, yeah.
So
like Twitch.
I'm testing that with developers, and it'll go live for everybody else after I verify that it works. But the emails that you get from us transactionally will look a little different. They won't be as pretty. I got to spend some time redoing the templates, but that'll be a small change. Plus, I have fixed Distracted. So opponent loses all immunity during this combat. So that will go live. And then a greater need will be changed to 2 actions, and you get the control of the opponent for 1 turn. That's the new test of greater need. And I don't know if I'll get it done, but let's see, show unobtained. Subterfuge might make a comeback.
Oh no. The fastest
Yeah.
you say nerf or just putt we've ever
fastest
made.
nerf, then fastest disable, yeah.
Yeah.
The idea behind Subterfuge would be probably, and this is I need some feedback on in Discord later, I'll bring it up again. Something like 2 actions. Opponent discards their hand at the end of the current turn. Or opponent discards their entire hand at the beginning of their next turn. Something along those lines. The reasoning being that it would be more expensive. It would not immediately apply so that you are able to miscommunicate it. And we could also...
I was like, are you okay?
We can also discuss, instead of discarding their whole hand, make it like 2 cards or 3 cards or something along those lines. But the main change that I want to discuss in Discord is the delayed action. It could also be changed to target player in theory, but that'd be a little more difficult to implement. So you could use it on yourself to refresh your hand. So we'll definitely have to bring that up a little bit more, but I would like to bring that card and Young Guard back. But Young Guard's not going to be this week, it'd be next week. And then... No, and then we just add a bunch of new cards. So this week won't have any new cards necessarily, but next week would start adding new cards. Make it miscommunicatable and have ultra rares immune.
Subterfuge?
I don't know if there's any precedent in the CCG universe, and there's definitely not in Doomtrooper, for using rarity as a target type. If anybody knows anything, that'd be interesting.
You think in your head how to program that? That's probably not that hard.
Oh no, it's easy to program. I think it should be target player cannot draw cards next turn.
See, this is such a, like,
Yeah.
everybody has an opinion on this card.
I kind of like the idea of 2 actions. Both players discard their entire hand at the beginning of their next turn. So, yeah. So then it's kind of like positive karma, negative karma. It's like, this is going to affect both of us. We're wiping the slate clean on both of our hands. And it could be miscommunicatable because it has a delayed action. So that's not bad either. But yeah, let's discuss this more in Discord. Somebody start the topic later today, and we'll see how it goes, see what people think. Cannot draw cards next turn is interesting, but that's also significantly weaker. Like, it kind of ruins the strength of the card entirely, perhaps. Since most players are going to draw... Well, I don't know. I don't know what the average number of drawn cards is per turn. But it's definitely worth discussing.
3?
So the season this month is going to be different. I was planning on giving away some more packs to people, the Christmas themed card back for everybody who does the season, and possibly some variant cards. I haven't done that before, but I thought it might be a nice Christmas bonus for people who have played the game this month. Maybe like a retro variant to our top players and a full art variant to some of our other players. Something like that. So I'll have more news on that this week. I was going to say something to Hyperborax. I don't know if he's still here, but I forgot what it was. I had a good thing too.
Oh, did you? You'll remember it at like 8 p.m. tonight. You'll be like, that's the thing I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to tell him. He is still here.
I remember what I was going to say is that that another difference I believe between that game and ours is that I developed a whole like engine for this game. I'm not using Unity or Unreal or anything, and I was going to mention that.
I'm like still on this, by the way. I'm now on the Game Studio's Twitter. I'm like, what?
Yeah, this technology I've used for 3 games so far, 2, demos, and plus this is being the main game. When I was playing myself or my opponent would be drawing 3 to 5 per turn. For those who are fine-tuning their hand, I think preventing a refill would be kind of devastating. I'll be involved in this kind of Discord. Yeah, we could definitely try that as well. That fits into my thought process of making it a delayed reaction, so that it solves the problem of... For anyone who wasn't around when we killed that card, it's interesting the difference between physical and digital. This comes up a lot, but this one was really weird. So Magic has a stack. So you play a card, then I play a card, then you play a card, then I play a card, then we stop, then the stack resolves from bottom to top. Doomtrooper in the rules does not have a stack. Our first version of interrupts, we programmed a stack, and then we realized we did it wrong. So we reread the rules, and it is very clearly from Brian Winter, there is no stack in Doomtrooper. Cards play and resolve immediately, and that's what we did. But then we realized again, unless the card affects the card that was immediately played. So, unless we want to do a third iteration of the interrupt system, which would be, there is no stack, except there is a stack, but it's only affected if the card affects the previous card directly.
That sounds like a lot of fun to program.
Yeah. Or we keep it as is, there's no stack in Doomtrooper, cards resolve immediately, but that means Subterfuge can't discard your hand immediately, it has to be a delayed reaction. So that miscommunication in your hand could affect it. It's an interesting little thing that we never saw coming, because the rules make it very clear there is no stack, yet if there's no stack, then Subterfuge discards your miscommunication immediately, and you can't miscommunicate it, which is a nightmare. It's like, oh, good times. Good times in the CCG world.
In the programming world.
But I am excited to get back to weekly updates. Mainly just pushing cards. Just new cards, changes to cards based on feedback in the chat as fast as possible for the next like 2 months. And then we should be complete with all base cards done. And 2021 would be a very good year. It's exciting that we've come this far and that the game is this close to being done, where really it's just bug fixes, balance fixes, and adding more cards. And improving some existing systems where necessary. Like better mission and better whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. I concur.
That's Sunday.
It is. It is Sunday.
So let's bring back Subterfuge. Let's bring back
The most controversial
yeah.
of all cards.
Oh, we forgot the other card. Brain is fried. A
Brain
greater
is-
need. Let's
Oh,
fix a
okay.
greater need, and then we can work on bringing back Young Guard, who I always want to call Young Thug, who is a interesting rapper. Oh,
Yeah.
Julie, got anything?
No, I don't think I have anything except that, I hope everybody who celebrates has a great Christmas. Because next time, at least I'm back, Christmas will have passed. Are you gonna stream on the 24th? I mean, I don't think we need to make it like a special day or anything.
Yeah,
Like, it's-
I'm pretty sure I'll be streaming
Yeah.
normal this week.
You know, we don't have parties or anything to go to, or you
Especially
know,
since I want to play with the new camera.
anything to do.
Also, I mean, 2021 is going to be an interesting year for a lot of reasons for Secret Cal level. You know, the potential to finish Doomtrooper and be in 1.0 and be moved on to what comes next, localization, iOS and Android, all that kind of stuff. We'll also be working on a full version of a prototype for a full version of Don't Go Out. One thing which was our short horror game. I'll post a link. So it's basically a Super Nintendo inspired strategy RPG with card elements that's based on like horror elements. If you've ever seen an NES game called
Oh my god, what is wrong with your brain today?
It's NES Resident Evil Sweet Home. I remembered it. Sweet Home was a Japanese game. It was a horror top-down game. I always loved the idea. It never came to America. So I am eager to explore a retro horror genre, whether that means continuing the 16-bit graphics of a RPG or strategy RPG, or if that means horror card games or, like Buck said, board games. I know that I want to do more single player. Multiplayer is super annoying. But I'm going to be expanding on that. Not to mention, I mentioned briefly some of my tools. My basic cloud API, my bot for Discord and Twitch, and hopefully a payment proxy for Steam Wallet. I want to release to developers in 2021 so that some of the headaches that I've had, I can spare you guys from. So it's going to be interesting. I'm also going to do some rebranding of the Twitch stream. So the new camera is going to bring new levels of visuals. I'm going to have some new scenes that I'm working on, as well as some new overlays. The original plan for this channel was a black bar at the bottom of the screen that's interactive. So it'll keep track of points in the channel, who the last subscriber was, what we're currently talking about, Easter eggs and giveaways and all kinds of fun stuff down at the bottom of the screen. And I'm going to program that using the Streamlabs API, so I'll have complete control over it, as well as linking it to BovineBot, who will be able to do giveaways and stuff, as I've discussed in the past. So we're going to have higher res videos, we're going to have better visuals, better overlays, maybe even we'll stream more often. I don't know, it's hard.
More often.
Well, with Doomtrooper being in full development, it's hard to stream more often, but
Yeah.
with Doomtrooper reaching the fabled 1.0, maybe there's some additional stream. So, if you have interest in horror card games or retro RPGs or that kind of stuff, you should definitely get more involved outside the Doomtrooper side of the Secret Cal Level Discord. Help come up with ideas, maybe play Don't Go Out. It's on sale for Christmas, I believe. And yeah, I think 2021 will be an interesting year with our Secret Cal Level game dev and online personas and stuff. Yeah, I know a lot about a lot, Buck, believe it or not. If it wasn't evident by, I had to learn the Rubik's Cube. Now I'm learning photography. Like, when I get a seed planted in my brain, I have to really learn everything about it.
Whoa, that's so true. Yeah.
I'm also considering I've wanted to do like a podcast, like a video podcast, more like a YouTube, I guess, thing for a couple years. And I've been stuck on this idea, which I'll leave you guys with. So in Back to the Future Part 2, Marty goes to the 80s cafe and he orders Pepsi Perfect and it comes out of the tube, right? And then Griff, I guess, is the future guy. He comes in and starts threatening or whatever. But behind Marty, sitting right next to him, is this super awesome, gorgeous, dare I say, cyberpunk-looking girl who's just a background actor. But she's right there, center frame in the camera. I noticed that she is not in the credits. She's not listed as, 80s cyber girl or anything.
You really looked that closely?
Yeah. And to my knowledge, she wasn't on IMDb, but I didn't do a deep dive. So I was thinking, I wonder if I could track her down. That sounds creepy. Journalistically track her down. And basically, I want to know what her career was like before she was in Back to the Future, what her career was like after Back to the Future, and what it was like working on Back to the Future in such a small, forgotten role. And then I realized that there are tons of other movies that might have similar unknowns, as well as knowns that are seen in a movie and then become forgotten after. And I was just thinking about deep dives into really weird OCD topics in pop culture, including Doomtrooper. I could do one on Doomtrooper about why there are only one known of those 3 cards I showed earlier. Just stuff like that the way my brain works, I could apply that to some video and put out 15-minute clips. I think that might be fun. So I'm going to be considering something like that as well, just for fun, keep myself busy. Not stalker, though. But I know a lot about video games that maybe weren't popular, like Sweet Home, and maybe I could find smaller games like that were under people's radar that would have interesting backstories and do little videos on them. Who knows? I always want to do a lot. It's hard to keep up with everything, but it might be fun.
You do
But
want to do everything.
But I encourage you, go back and watch Back to the Future Part 2 right before Marty meets Elijah Wood and they play the arcade game. You'll see this girl sitting in the background just chilling. And pretty sweet role. And I wonder what her life was like. And maybe it's an interesting story to tell.
That was the only movie she was ever in or something.
She could have been the girlfriend to the director of photography or something. And they threw her in there just to thought it would be fun. You never know. Maybe it's an interesting story, maybe it's not. We'll see. But we'll look around. So, thank you guys for hanging out. It's been a good hour on Sunday. Like I said, should have an update tomorrow. We will have an update tomorrow, getting back to some weekly updates. And yeah.
Should we crash Matano? Not that we understand what he said.
I don't want to do it every week, so.
We didn't do it last week.
I know.
Okay. Well, he's there.
Yeah, but you guys should check out Matano. He posted probably in Discord, I assume.
I don't even. Usually I get an alert. I always see my phone was in the back. He almost always tagged. Yes, he did.
If you want to see some people playing Doomtrooper, check it out. Also, Matt made a YouTube channel that has some Doomtrooper content that's going live, so he posts those links in Discord as well. So as always, join our Discord down below, hang out, talk about Doomtrooper or obscure horror games or background actresses in Back to the Future films. And if you have Twitch Prime, you want to subscribe, there's a link somewhere. And if you want to check out Doomtrooper, there's links everywhere down below in chat, in Discord.
Actually, you didn't.
We are in early access, and you can play the game right now. And let us know what you think. So I'm going to go enjoy my Sunday. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope I don't have COVID. I hope you don't have COVID. I hope everyone who is out and about, no, I'm not going to finish that sentence. I hope everybody stops going out and about so everybody stops getting COVID and we can...
Unless you're in a country that's already managed it well.
Everyone in the U.S., to be clear. I hope this zombie apocalypse does not turn into the zombie apocalypse. So peace out, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Tuesday, hopefully with my brand new high-res camera setup. So...
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys. I'll see you guys this week for some programming streams, and I'll see you on Discord. Say bye, Julie.
Bye, Julie.
Bye, Julie.